and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and we're here today with another full review episode of, well, a libation. This is going to be a rye whiskey. Today we're doing the Old Forester Rye 100, and it is from the Old Forester. Nothing better in the market, they say. Straight rye whiskey. There you go. Take a good look at all that. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me go back at that real quick. Distilled and bottled by Old Forester Distilling Company at Louisville, Kentucky. Good old Kentucky. Been there a couple of times. So if you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. Come on in, get comfortable, enjoy the show. For all my returning viewers, you know I'm always happy to see you guys. Come on in, you know how we do. Let's get on with the show. So this is an Old Forester. This is also a rye whiskey. So the mash bill on this, I just had to get on the nose real quick. Just had to get it on the nose. Excuse me. So, the mash bill on this is 65% rye, 20% malt with 15% corn. I'd probably like to see a little bit more corn than malt when it comes to my ryes. But then again, I have had a much higher rye build than what's being here. With very little malt or corn. I don't think I've ever had a full straight 100% rye. I think I might have. There might be one. I'm not too sure. If I can remember it, I'll probably notate it in the video right about at this point. But here we are, Old Forester Rye 100. Mr. Randy happened to pay just under $27 out the door for this. This is a standard price now. They used to be about $25, a little over $25. Out the door. Now they went up a few dollars, and that's just fine. As long as when they start reaching more towards that $30 mark, they might start to waver in favor. So this is a 100 proof, which is a 50 ABV. Excuse me, got some indigestion. I need to get a drink real quick. And then I'm going to get this drink real quick. So you can see it's got a very deep, rich, mellowish brown, gold, amber creek water, but won't take my word for it. Let's break out Mr. Randy's handy dandy whiskey color scale. And off camera, I'm going to nail this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to nail it, but it looks kind of dark. It kind of does look like it goes down there. I think maybe these colors are a little bit off. See, that's more of a golden. I'm pretty confident it looks better on off camera with the naked eye. It looks more like the Auburn tawny, but there it is. Viscosity wise, it's pretty decent for a rye, especially with ryes. They tend to have some pretty decent viscosity, especially if they're done right. You see all those legs? It's pretty nice. On the nose, I'm getting spice, mint, pine. It's a very nice nose for a rye. So I'm going to give this just another minute. While I'm at that, I want to run over the thing I missed in the very beginning of the video. I'm sorry. So we are currently at part 2 of a 3-part series that I do for a full review of a whiskey, libation, what have you. So here we are, part 2. So we're going to start at the top. Part 1, I get the bottle home. I do the off the rip video. Get it home, crack it open, pour it in a glass, and share my first impressions with you, because that's what matters. You matter. You, me, and the whiskey. Part 2 is where we're at today. Halfway down the bottle, I'm going to give this spirit enough time and space to move about a bit if it chooses, to get better or to get worse, whatever may come, whatever will be, will be. Le sera, sera, correct? All right. Finish off here. We're going to do a full review. We're going to see how it is. I'm going to find as much information, which I didn't find a whole lot on this one today. So I'll give it a much. It'll be quicker, I promise. Down here, part 3, final pour, thusly named. We're going to take out the final pour, have it, compare it to the first pour, part 1, and everything in between. How well does it work? Does it get better? Does it get worse? Is it worth it? Should I drink it faster? All the questions shall be hopefully revealed. Answers shall be revealed. I'm kind of tied up today, geez. So let's go ahead and get this on the palate. It has been an off day for sure. How's your day going? I hope it's going well. So it's very soft. The palate is very soft. It's very, I want to say it's turned down a little bit. Giving it enough time and space has turned it down a little bit, mellowed it out even more. I do remember it was a little on the spicy side. Keep in mind that this is a 1 liter, not the 750. And there is a Talking with Mr. Randy video about that. Go ahead and look that up if you like in my video library. It's about the difference between the 750 and 1 liter and how much I paid for it. It's quite interesting. Well, I think it is. You might find it. Maybe not. Whatever. Maybe. Yeah, it's a bit turned down. I don't have a whole lot of experiences with these 1 liter bottles. So 1 liter bottle is going to say that there's more whiskey or in the bottle, but it's also going to say there's more air in the bottle as well. So that changes the dynamics of how it works and how it opens up. Still got a pretty nice nose, and especially a little bit more now that it's turned down a little bit. So let's go ahead and get a finish on this. Ooh. Okay. The finish hasn't turned down a whole lot. The tip of the tongue lit up for about 2 seconds, and it's slowly crawling across the tongue to the back. That was a unique, interesting sensation. I'd say there's probably barely pushing a 2 on a 2 out of 5 when it comes to the warmth building up on the back. It's taking its time. There's not a whole lot going on as far as flavor characters, but there's a lot more effects than there is characters of the flavoring. The sides are a little bit dry and astringent. You know how that astringent feeling sort of like makes everything clench up, but not quite as much as a dry sensation as a more of that astringent. Excuse me. What an off day we're having. We're having a very off day today. A lot of heat now. I'd say probably a 3 out of 5 is sitting on the back end. And that's pretty much all there is to it. There's that heat sitting on the back end. A slight 1 out of 5 numbness on the cheeks. Other than that, not too bad. I'm going to have to say I probably don't care much for this rye. Especially as I thought I did, or I thought I would. I really have an affinity for the bourbon, the Old Forester 100, that signature 100. I absolutely love it. It used to be for $25, now it's like again for $27. It went up a couple dollars, but that's just fine. It is a banger. It is a budget banger bottle. Unfortunately, I cannot compare this to the bourbon because it just doesn't seem to want to match up. But I do have a little bit of a happy note. I'm going to try an experiment where I'm going to mix some of this rye with some of the bourbon and see if that mixes well in the same mannerism that I'm doing this. So this is the Still Austin bourbon and rye mix 50-50. It makes for a most delicious, delectable, wonderful time having a drink of that. Look for that video in my library. That'll be coming soon as well. So the finish is pretty much gone at this point. So let's go ahead and let's score on it. There wasn't a whole lot of flavor characters on the finish. The palate gave me some mint, some pine, like a very soft but subtle woody characteristics with some slight slice of nuttiness. I think that sort of ties into the whole woodiness, the woody pineness and the nuttiness kind of like danced around each other a little bit. The finish was kind of weak. It is 100 proof. I did have this. I did mix this with some ginger ale, some tonic water, and a Dr. Pepper. And the winner of that 3 shootout was the tonic water. I'm really starting to appreciate more that you can mix whiskey with tonic, and it actually makes it pretty nice. Even a rye, a regular whiskey, a bourbon, scotch. I don't think I've tried an Irish whiskey with the tonic. I do not currently have an Irish on the shelf. So that's probably going to be moving up to the top of the to-do list very quickly. But so my fair score for the Old Forester 100 Rye is going to be a weak 3 out of 5. I think that there's a lot of good in here, and there's also a lot of lacking. So yeah, the finish was lacking. The palate, not so bad. The nose got turned down real quick, a few notches. Not horrible, but just nothing special enough to really grab you and hold on to you. So I think week 3 out of 5 is being very generous for this. My fair price, probably pushing more around the $20 mark instead of the $30 mark. It's just, it is what it is. I'm not going to apologize for it. I like Old Forester, but I don't like a lot of Old Forester. There's just 2 that I like, and that's it. The other ones, I haven't tried everything, but I can tell you I probably wouldn't like the ones I haven't tried yet, and I don't want to waste the money for something I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like anyways. So would I buy this again? I think you already know that. So we'll just go ahead and say no, and I'll just leave it up to you. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I hope you have a good one.